What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Decoded. Today, I think it's the 6th. It is the 6th of February, 2025. But the day doesn't matter, folks. It doesn't matter. Only because today's subject is how to manage a losing trade or a couple of losing trades. Had a couple of losing trades today. Now, I was fortunate to kind of redeem myself late in the day, folks. And I'll talk about that here in just a second. But how do you manage that losing trade? What do you do? Now, one of the biggest problems for most traders out there, folks, is they want to win every single trade. Now, yeah, that'd be nice in the theory of winning every single trade. It's just not going to happen, folks. But the real question, it's the winning trades. Actually, traders are really good at holding on to losing trades, but they're really bad at holding on to winning trades. I mean, it's crazy. It's the craziest thing in the world. We are hardwired to, number one, not want to be wrong, but number two, have hope when we're wrong that it comes back to pick us up. And then when we get into that winning trade, we're fearful when we get into that winning trade. It's common. So, but again, today's is how do we handle that losing trade? Number one, predefine your risk before you ever get into that trade. And number two, once you hit that stop, you get out of the trade. I mean, that's just as easy as it is. You have to. Whatever happens after that, folks. But once you hit your stop, just like you're compelled to put on the trade when your edge presents itself, you are compelled to take yourself out of the trade when the trade goes against you. You have to do those things right there. So let's talk about a couple of losing trades today and how I managed the losing trades. Now, we're going to talk about these losing trades, but we will also talk about maybe a little bit better execution. Let's just get into that first trade of the day again, folks. And I don't want to make it about me, but I want to make it about how do we take care of those losing trades? Okay, or how do we manage those? This trade right in here, folks, is 15 minutes after the market opened this morning. I really like this setup. We had a 15-minute pre-market double bottom right in here. I think it's 605.11. So at 605.11. I could have taken it directly off of support, but we're kind of getting bounced around, using that 9 as resistance. So I had what I call, it's a golden cross. It's a golden cross to the upside. So it's a 920 POC and VWAP all in the same candle. When you have that, folks, and again, coming off that major level, and it's an early in the day, folks, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So early in the day trade, golden cross, I was looking for this specific trade. I recorded this, but it wasn't very good quality because I didn't have my light on, so it wasn't the best quality. But anyway, golden cross to the upside, 920 POC and VWAP all on the same candle right here. So I was looking, we had super thin volume above this area. I kind of figured if we get a close over 606 right up in here, folks, that we could push through that pre-market high, get into some super thin volume area and really fly. I gave it probably a little bit much. You're thinking, well, why didn't you close it out for, your profit right up in here? That's not how I trade, folks. It's not how I trade at all. It's just not it. It would have been a really nice trade, but I really kind of thought, the expectation is something is going to happen. But I thought we were going to push up and go through that pre-market high. We bounced around just a little bit, and I really thought, okay, VWAP, and I even gave a little bit of extra right in the VWAP in here. I was still in moderately decent shape on the red side of the trade, obviously. It started pushing up again, so it gave me a little bit. It's not necessarily hope, but I figured if we could push up and get above this 9, that we could push up and make it. We did not. We pushed down. I closed out mid-candle in here for a loss. Now, my next trade, and I've looked at this trade a couple of different times, and I look back on it and I think, I just kind of missed my entry on this one. Again, same level, 605.11. So at 605.11, I'm considering that a major level. I had almost a double cross right here. I missed the entry right in here. My stop would have been super tight, like 19 cents worth of risk back to the downside. Super tight. Now the next candle, I was looking at it and I was thinking no, because I'm right at VWAP and I am below the POC. And the POC is a major level. So next candle back to the upside, I took it with this kind of looking for that same thing. We didn't even get up to that, 606, and it just kind of rejected a couple of times. Looking for that same thing to bounce off of VWAP. My cut was VWAP this time, folks. And we started pushing down pretty hard, and I took myself out of the trade. Again, 0 for 2 right in there. And again, it's not a big deal, folks. One of the group members asked, how do you continue pushing the button or pulling the trigger, if you will, after a couple of losses? And the answer is very, very simple. I know my numbers. I know what my numbers are. I know what the expected value is every time I push the button. I know what the expected value is. Now, I have winners, I have losers. It doesn't matter. But I know over a long number of trades, generally speaking, what that specific trade is worth. It's called expected value. And again, you're not going to win all your trades. You're not going to lose all your trades. So you must know pretty close to know what it's worth every time you push the button, as long as your edge presents itself. Nothing random, folks. But as long as you know the expected value, great, push the button, and you don't have any qualms about pushing that button. Anyway, a couple of losses right in a row, but how do you handle that? And folks, you just handle it. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. In the big scheme of things, a single trade or a couple of trades or a few trades, they don't matter in the big scheme of things, as long as you don't allow it to get into your head. Okay, so that's kind of how I look at it, and I realize it's all part of the thing, folks. And again, it's all about, for me, it's all about expected values. What's it worth? What's it worth every single time you push a button? I know what it's worth to me, folks. I know. Do you know what your expected value is? If you don't know what your expected value is every time you push a button, you got some work to do this weekend. Again, just check it out, folks. Again, go through your trade log. You're going to go through your trade log, and it's going to tell you your expected value. Hopefully, it is a positive expected value and not a negative expected value. If it's negative, you got some work to do on your trading plan or on your execution. It's either the plan or it's the execution. I don't know which one it is. Now, at this point, we're in kind of a tight range, and we had a little event right in here at 1039. Now, I didn't take this trade in here at this point. I said, you know what, just kind of don't worry about anything in here for right now. Again, had a little move out of the fishtail right here. And at 1039, we had some news because we had people, and I was talking to the folks. I said, guys, I really think we can get up to that 606 this time. And all of a sudden, news out of nowhere, just whammo kablamo back to the downside, ran down, hit that pre-market low. And, for the rest of the day, we had some decent moves in here. I'm thinking that there was a pretty good move at some point. There was. But again, you're seeing these moves in here. I mean, it's a pretty tight range. Decent, nothing big. But look at this. Look what happened right in here, folks. It just slammed back to the downside. So essentially, it's a cross. I played another short play, back to the upside over in here. Took another loss on it. Wasn't a big deal. Didn't even put it on the chart. Now, we pushed down really, really hard into this demand zone. Let me show you this demand zone down here. It is right in here, folks. So look at how strong this area, this strong demand zone is down here. We made that Wednesday, so we made it yesterday. So again, we had all this good support. That's on the 15. Let me turn it on the 30. Yeah, so here we go. Look at this, from here all the way up. This is just a big demand zone, folks. So again, we caught kind of not necessarily the bottom of that demand zone. Yeah, we did. We caught it down, got below. But again, got below almost to P. I didn't take this first move back to the upside, although I did call it. I said, okay, folks, looks like we're breaking structure. And we did. We broke structure at 1447, and then it just ran up. I don't know, it ran up 40, 50 cents, something like that. And I said, you know what? If we get another cross to the upside, I'm taking it another play to the upside. So what I did, and again, folks, this was a continuation play. I didn't have any major level right in here. So I took it on the double cross. So double cross, remember, folks, we opened below the 9, closed above the 20. I took the double cross right in here and wrote it all the way up to VWAP. So it turned my day to be a decent little day at this point. So, and again, I don't want to make it about me, but just remember this, folks, when we are coming out of a strong demand zone, always, always, always look for reversals back to the upside. And it's the same thing when we're coming out of a strong supply zone. Look for reversals back to the downside. Again, it's a zone for a specific reason. And it's, when we take those plays, we're just stacking probabilities. Would have been nice to take one right in here, but I said, you know what, that's okay. Caught the next one a little bit slower, a nice little grinding play. I don't know, maybe 30 minutes into that play. Yeah, 25, 30 minutes into that play. So yeah, there was that. Now I did the same thing yesterday, folks. I played above VWAP. Now I didn't play, actually got in before, so I got in before the 350 candle. Yesterday, we had a banger on 350. Big play yesterday off of 350. I think I played it at 1548 yesterday because I had a signal. I had a fishtail play at 1548 yesterday and rode it up. And today, kind of that same thing. I wanted to jump this thing, and I told everybody we're not really safe until we get above VWAP again. Generally, we're looking for VWAP to reject, but once we got above VWAP, it was a pretty simple play. Again, coming out of that demand zone down low. Anyway, a push back to the upside, and you can see it here on the 1 minute. It's very clear on the 1 minute. If we look at here's your 5 minute. So that's what your 5 minute looks like. Again, directly out of this demand zone, and then wham! It just, folks, if you are not watching higher time frames, do yourself a favor. At least turn on or open another tab with a 5 minute, maybe a 30 minute. Trust your higher time frames, and always trust your higher time frames, demand zones down low and supply zones up top. Always trust those things, folks. But again, more than anything, folks, today's video is how do you handle the losing trades? Well, you just handle it. It's not a big deal. Now, if you have scar tissue that is built up over, I don't know, years of trading and years of red trades, it's a little bit different thing. I tell you what, if you have scar tissue, trading scar tissue that, number one, prohibits you from getting into trades or prohibits you from executing when you're supposed to execute according to your trading plan, or you cut your winning trade short, meaning you didn't have a reason to get out of the trade other than your own fear, send me a message, and I'll tell you what, we'll talk on the telephone. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Seriously, folks, I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Send me a message and we can do that. I'm happy to do that. Anyway, folks, and again, it doesn't matter what the day was. Today's video is about how to handle the losing trade. And you handle the losing trade pretty much, I don't want to say emotionless, but it's just another day, folks. It's just another day. So anyway, that's how I handle a losing trade. It's just, that's part of the deal, folks. It's all part of the deal. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great day today. Now, you're getting ready to see a video of a losing trade. And it's, I don't know, 15, 16 minutes long. I was in the trade. Again, let me show you specifically where I got in. I got in right in here, folks. I was actually talking about this trade right in here. I believe it was this trade. I'm pretty sure it was. I was talking the trade right in here. I missed a double cross, but I took it once we breached. And I thought we were going to push up. Yeah, I think it's like 15 or 16 minutes a little long. But I go through exactly what I'm looking for before I get into the trade. Then once I'm in the trade, I'm talking myself through the trade. And because again, and I talked to the folks, I said, listen, guys, I talk myself through the trade because I don't have anybody else talking me through the trade like I'm doing with you guys. Anyway, hey, you guys know the deal. Push that like button. We would appreciate it, folks. Leave us a comment. That's always appreciated too. Share with your friends, neighbors, and trading community. Also, if you are interested in live daily trading, where we talk about these trades all day long. So that's all we do, folks. It's trading from 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, until the market closes. So for 7 hours every single day, Monday through Friday, that's all we do is we go over trades, talk about trades, and then talk through trades. And again, the link for that is down below. It's called Trading Decoded. It's our trading Discord. We are so convinced that you're going to like it and you're going to get a lot of value out of it. We're going to give you that first week for free. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. Just it's okay. It's okay. No harm, no foul. Now, If you are interested in the 920 crossover strategy, you guys know what to do on that one too. Head on over to 920trading.com. The entire strategy is there for the world to see. It's right there, folks. It's not complicated. It's really straightforward. With nuances, you pick up the nuances over time. But again, 920trading.com. The entire strategy is there for you to see. You don't have to spend a bunch of money on a strategy that may or may not work. And again, folks, it's pretty straightforward, I would say. But again, there's a lot of nuances. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and I hope everybody had a good day today. But above all else, you guys know, I hope you followed your trading plan. So, hey, have a great day, folks. And we're going to do it again tomorrow. But until then, have a great rest of the day. And you know, we will see you in the markets. So we're back. We are going to, we're looking at this trade again, folks. Looking at this trade back to the upside. Again, yeah, so we're down here. We're at 30. We're at 45. We're getting rejected by the POC right now, folks. Getting rejected by the POC. And again, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this back to. I mean, it could be a downside play today, but again, look at this. Look at 605.39, 605.39. 29.57. Moves aren't, they're not that strong as of yet, folks. But again, trust your levels, trust your levels, trust what you are seeing on the chart. Again, we got rejected by the POC, rejected by the POC. At this point, are we downside, upside? Good question. Again, watch 39, 605.39 right in here, folks. Again, I still like it. I still like it to the upside, folks. Still like it to the upside. Should have taken that double cross. I was looking at it, but by that time, it was already past. And that's okay. And again, we know we have really, really good support down there at 605.11, 605.11. And again, a close above POC, close above POC. We got about 15, 16 seconds to make this thing happen, folks. Getting ready to get into calls. Getting ready to get into calls on a close. Ooh, POC just moved. POC just moved. Getting ready to press the button. Get ready to press the button. In about 3, 2, 1, I'm in calls now. I am in calls now, folks. And again, I told you guys I would tell you when I was getting into calls, and I am in calls. And again, I only do that because I want accountability. I want accountability. Okay, so now we're looking at this same level up here, 606. If we can push up to 606, folks. Yeah, we got this business right here at 605.70, 605.70. 605.70. All right, I'm just going to watch this price action, folks. I'm not going to watch a chat or anything like that. And again, this is more of a test trade than anything to see, because if we reject out of this area, we're going back down, folks. Higher time frame, 30 minutes still looks up, folks. 30 minutes still looks up. Again, trying to get a push, and I'm looking at 606 even money, 606. So a close above this level where we are right now, folks. We got this little wick up to about 605.81, 605.81. And you guys, I told you where I was getting in. I got in just before the close of that candle right there. And the tape will prove it. And again, folks, a push. Question is, do we pick up enough buyers to push it through 606? That is always the question, folks. Always the question. Again, 606, if we push through that area, we'll use that area as support. Candles are getting a little bit small, and we have this area right here on this wick at 605.81. 605.81, folks. Yeah, the question is, we got 70. How much juice is in the squeeze? I don't know. And again, we're getting that confirmed cross to the upside, confirmed cross to the upside. And again, we just need to push this thing, just kick it up just a little bit. Kick it up just a little bit, folks. Ultimately looking for 606.05 if we can get there. 606.05. If anybody else, I mean, again, I missed that double cross. I really wanted that off of that level of support because we had really, really strong support. Missed it. Didn't want to take that second one because we were going right into the POC. But these candles are small in here. Let's see if we can get some sort of a catalytic move up through 605.81, 605.81. Up through 606. And again, folks, if we can get to 605, these candles are just tiny. These are just tiny, tiny, tiny. Small pullback to create a cup and handle. Okay. And again, And again, we're still moderately safe. We're safe above that POC for right now, folks. But again, this little wick right here at 605.81, 605.81. If we can get through that, folks, then I'm looking for 606.04 up in here, and again, at this point, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Again, we got the signal up there only because we got it above everything that I was trying to get above. And again, this is more, these candles are really small, folks. These candles are just so small. Probably getting chopped up right now with a little bit of IV crush. Although I'm not looking at IV, I don't know what it is. Now, if we can get up above this 606, folks, above 606. But again, if you're in calls right here, be prepared to chop at that level, 606. Be prepared to chop at 606, folks, if we get there. Come on, 606. I'm looking to chop if we struggle up there, folks. Looking to chop if we struggle. Volume is pretty low, folks. Volume is pretty low. But again, even on the 30-minute, I'll show you the 30-minute here real quick. It's relatively thin. And again, looking for 606 and a close above, close above, close above, folks. A close above will keep us in the trade for right now, folks. It's struggling. It's struggling. Again, we're just looking for just a little push. Let's see if we can stay above 84. That's that same level we were trying to stay above earlier, folks. 605, 84, 85, 86 up in here. And again, 5-minute looks like that. 5-minute looks like that. It's a recapture of the 9 back to the upside on the 5-minute, and there's your 84. Here is your 84 again. We're counting pennies right now, folks. These moves are not, they're not very big. They're not very big. Yeah, watch this. It's probably going to pull back to the 9, 605.72, 605.72. And again, like to stay above 84. You got this little shelf at 84. If we can stay above that, we'll use that as support. Stay above, use that as support in our big quest for 606. Big quest for 606. Yeah, I'm thinking about chopping this thing right in here, folks, just because it's just not strong right now. Okay, I'm going to trust a 9. I'm going to trust it. I mean, that's what we do, folks. We are 920 traders. So we trust a 9 as support. Trust a 9 as support. Yeah, you got this level 73. Trust level 73. And again, probably going to come on down. And that is okay. Again, test trade to see if we can push up through that 606. Maybe it can. Maybe it's Maybelline. Folks, again, I don't want to give this thing too much grace. Again, I've got POC right in here, 605.58, 605.58. Again, recapture that 9 back to the upside. Recapture the 9 back to the upside. All right, we got a little bit of volume coming in. We got a fat stick right here, fat stick, and recapturing. Come on, baby. Again, if you're in calls right here, folks, the price action is not the greatest. Again, probably should have taken it way down below on that double cross. But again, I knew I had support. Knew I had support on the POC. Knew I had support on the POC, folks. $1 range for 45 minutes. Hey, man, it's got to break at some point, maybe, I would think. All right, folks, and again, we got that nice double bottom. See if we can get a close up here over that 89. Close over 89 and make this thing go. I'm going to get that out of the way so we can go. Again, some people use moving averages, some people don't. I use them because they are both support and resistance, depending on where we are on the chart. So that's why I use them, folks. All right, folks, again, we got that recapture. I'm going to give it a little bit of grace, just a little bit of grace, see if we can push up through that 606. 606, but again, we recaptured the 9 back to the upside. It's looking weak. It's looking very weak. It's kind of that same spot right in here, folks. Right here at 9605, 9605.90. It's anemic. It's an anemic move right now, folks. Totally anemic. Yeah, so it's that same spot, folks. I mean, we're just rejecting off 605.90, 605.90. Yeah, it's probably gonna. Yeah, I don't know. I gave it a little bit of grace. We got that one close above. We're just barely below that 9 right now. 605.66, 605.66. You're coming back down, folks. You're coming back down. Watch POC. Watch your POC bounce off that POC back to the upside. Or again, she's coming on down. There we go. Watch VWAP, folks. Watch VWAP again. We're trying to do the old death cross to the downside again. 605.39, 605.39. She's trying, folks. She's trying. It's not strong. Yeah, just doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, folks. And again, it's just not strong. It's not strong right now. POC just moved. POC just moved, which really doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's just it's pretty anemic. All right, come on, push. And again, look at the 5 minute. 5 minute looks like this, so it's ugly. All right, so we bounce off that POC back to the upside, folks. Bounce off the POC back to the upside. All right. A little bit of grace, a little bit of grace, a little bit of grace. I'm still in there, Big Red. I'm absolutely still in. My commitment to the group is to tell everybody before I get into the trade, talk everybody through the trade, including myself. I'm talking myself through the trade also, because I don't have anybody else in my ear other than myself to tell me what I'm looking at. And again, I will never claim to be the end all be all best trader in the world out there. I will never claim to be that. I think I kind of know what I'm doing. But I don't have anybody calling out levels or what I believe I need to be looking for other than myself. And anyway, folks, that's a push to the upside, push to the upside. What's 605.90? 605.90. If we can get a close up there. So that was, again, that's the commitment that I made to the group is I would tell everybody before I got into the trade, tell everybody why, and tell everybody before and when I get out of the trade as well. Trying to push through this area up in here, folks. 605.90, 605.90, still struggling. 5 minute looks like that, folks. It's wicky, it's taily, it's wicky, it's taily. It's the Wicky and Taily show. Again, we're trying to get a death cross to the downside, which probably wouldn't take a whole lot. Only because these candles are kind of anemic right now. I keep on using that word as though it means something. 5 minute looks like that, so we're dancing around on that 5 minute above 60, 605.60, 605.60. Yeah, and we're going to take this thing to the downside now, folks. Gotta get out. Okay, out again, folks. Yep, had to do it. Okay. Had to take the mid candle on that one, folks. I gave it some room. Here we go, folks. Stand by, folks. I got my daughter calling me.